And today at the Solarpunk workshop, and taking a break from doing mesh nodes and cleaning up the property, and taking a look at a little bit of damage on the solar bike. So, this is actually, it's been, what, over a year since I've really had to work on this. It's working perfectly fine. Got a mesh node on the front end that probably I'm just going to throw a T1000E tracker on there, have it hooked up to meshtastic. Battery system has worked perfectly fine. Had no problem with anything else. Upgrade the seat because, yeah, that turns out to be when you're having a giant clunkety thing going along the road. Every pothole and metal plate in the ground you're going to be feeling, and the seat is a good way of doing suspension. Anyway, if you look over here, you can see that the piano hinge has been ripped off with its little hobby screws poking out of it. This previously ripped off when I had to ride the bike during a tornado and had to have it chained up outside. But I just threw in some fence screws for a, let's see here, I believe that would be about, yeah, they're just for like doing Torx fencing like on the side over there. And they've held up pretty well, but a couple of them aren't poking out so they can grab you on this side. But these, I'm pretty sure I know what went wrong with this. These all ripped out the side of, because I used the thinnest possible sheet of plywood and did it just on the edge, and it didn't like that. So I'm going to get a beefier sheet of plywood. I have plenty of them around here, and I'm probably just going to investigate what a good middle ground between strength and falling apartness is. Luckily, they should pop right off. These are all just done with, it's attached to the solar panel using just a little cable bundle held together of bits of plastic. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. So they should pop right off. I'd have to redo them technically, but everything else on the bike has worked really well up until now. And this is the only thing that's taken a major fall. It looks like the thing it just wasn't rated for was, I had it on the back of my bike carrier over here to take it to a meetup. And, well, as you can imagine, going 60 miles an hour with a giant freaking sail on the back of your car is going to cause something to be a little bit uppity. So, lessons learned, take it a little bit slower, and upgrade the hell out of this. Okay, I'll cut to when I have this repaired. Alright, cut to after a day of going around, updating things around the house. I've cut out the new versions of this. So, something you're doing if you need to be able to take the top on there is you need your back piece to be slightly thicker than the other one. So I've gone ahead and done that. And it should have full range of movement for 90 degrees up. The reason for this is you're going to have a little pad on the bottom of the Velcro. The Velcro strips will go on top there. So this is looking pretty good to me. I'm probably going to go ahead and spray paint this entirely black and then screw it on top. And if it doesn't want to take on this, because it's been a little bit too abused over time, fair, I'm going to get some construction adhesive and go at it from the other angle there. And I think that'll probably be the way to go. As it stands, this seems to be doing pretty well, so I will update when I have it a little bit more together. Okay, and there we have it. It all seems to be back together again. Went ahead and drilled some more holes and zip tied it back together. But it's fairly straight on there, not 100%, but you'd have to really be eyeballing it to tell. Everything zip tied down a little bit more. It's using heavier plywood, although I found this to be interesting. Just as soon as I was screwing it back together, there was a little bit of damage on the corner over there. Went ahead and put some cryo-acrylic super glue on there, and hopefully it'll cause the whole thing to be up. And I add a little bit more. Great. The glue isn't as stuck to it as the Velcro is on here, so I'm gonna have to redo that. But other than that, I'd say it's working pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this down. I'm gonna call it a day. Yep, that didn't go too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and get a T1000 mesh node on the front end. Probably put a new battery up on the front. My previous idea of building the whole thing to run off of a couple of 18650 batteries wasn't the best idea. So here we are. Yeah. the solar bike rides again. All right, later all.